the little sponsor thing first, and then we'll go into everything else. It's actually kind of cool. So let me put out a tweet here that we're going live. And then hopefully we can get some people in here. All right. All right, cool. And I'm on the shitty computer or the good computer tonight because I didn't think the shitty computer could handle it. So, all right. What's up, everybody? Welcome. We got a new feature tonight that I'm going to go through and kind of explain to everybody. Wiz is giving away some prizes, so you're going to want to get in on this before 9:30, and I'll kind of explain everything that's going on here. There's this new site called sayso.so. I put the link right here in the chat. It's also running across the bottom of our scroll here. You should be able to check that out, or just go to Say So and we can kind of walk you through it. But so this is basically like a way to prove, basketball knowledge. This is a gambling stream. We always talk about gambling. So this is a way to kind of make a market. And what that means is making a market is basically setting up something you're going to gamble on. Like in Vegas, it used to be the Stardust that would set the line. They would be making a market, and then everybody else would play off of that. So on Say So, you can make your own markets and then have people play them. So what we do is I went in and I made a bunch of markets. I don't know if this is available to the public yet. Like, I don't know if you guys can set up your own markets yet. Maybe you can, but you could use it for anything. But basically what I did is I set up a couple of markets here, which means just making bets up. So I made up a couple of bets, and I'll show you how to get on here, and we'll go through all this. Just give me a second. It'll take a while to explain it all. So I set up a couple of bets for tonight's game, and we'll do this for each stream coming up. So you'll probably want to get here a little bit earlier each night. Now, the top 3 people on this board, on the leaderboard here, will each win a pack from WizWit and Collecting and Connecting. So the markets that I made are, will Jalen Daniels have over 19.5 points? And you can bet yes or no. So if you think he's going to have 19.5 or more or less, you just bet on that. Will Gobert have over 12.5 rebounds? Yes or no. Will Ant's points be over 25.5? Yes or no. Who wins the game, the Spurs or the T-Wolves? How many curse words will JD say tonight, over or under 9.5? So, Reggie, you're going to have to help me keep track of that because, who knows? It might be a million. But so if I curse, let me know that. Will Wimby's rebounds be over 12.5? Wimby's points over 30.5. So all you got to do is, when you sign up or when you go into my session, which is the May 6th Hive stream, you'll get 1,000 points. That's this thing up here in the right-hand corner. It says balance 1,000 points, and you can bet whatever you want on each one of these. If you want to make one bet, that's fine. If you want to bet on all of them a little bit, however you want to do it, is fine. Remember, the top 3 are going to get moments. So I made these markets. When this goes live to everybody else, you'll be able to make your own markets, and you can use it for anything. Like for me, I think it'd be a cool thing to use, like if you have a fantasy draft or something and you want to do that, like whoever wins gets the number 1 pick, and just use the leaderboard. Or if you and your buddies are hanging out watching a game, everybody throws in $5, you make up a couple different markets, and whoever wins gets the whole pot. So basically that's it. If anybody has any questions throughout the night, we'll go through everything. These are all pretty self-explanatory. It's just points and rebounds and how many cuss words I'll say tonight. So the link is right here. You should be able to click on it and go there. If not, it's just sayso.so, and then you can go to our page and you'll get right there. So if there's any questions, let me know. I think it's a cool thing to use for, anything you want. If you want to make your own betting pool, if you want to just prove who knows the most about whatever, like, if you want to use it for basketball, who's going to win the West, who's going to win the East, how many points they're going to have. You can make a million things with your friends. It doesn't have to be for money, but obviously you could. I think it's just a cool thing to do here in the stream for giveaways. So you actually have to have some kind of basketball knowledge. And like I said, we love gambling. This is a way to gamble without any real money changing hands. So I think it's cool. Reggie, got any questions? Did I explain that okay?
Yeah, I think for the most part.
All right. So going forward, we're gonna try to have one of these each night, and I'll make up some better markets. Like I just threw this together. I don't know anything about these teams, but like when the Hornets start playing, they could be actually really good, like hard questions, like how many steals will Sion James have? Like I'll have more knowledge, so it'll be easier to kind of like make these hard markets instead of, like Wimby 30 points is probably not the hardest market. Me cursing is probably not the hardest thing to guess, that kind of stuff. So it should work out cool. It's just another tool to use. I think, Polly, I don't know if you're here, but if you're here, let us know. Okay. Is this live for everybody else, or is it just...
It's just the Hive, because we're the biggest.
Well, I mean, like, is it just for streaming, or like, could I use it for day-to-day things? Like if I wanted to do a giveaway at work or, whatever, can other people use it for other stuff, or is it just exclusively for streaming? Okay, so we'll do it each night. Okay, Paulie's going to give away stuff each night. So any of the CNC streams, we're going to be doing this going forward live just for us right now. Who knows what happens in the future? But like I said, it's a cool way to do the giveaway instead of just... To me, you have to actually know a little bit about basketball instead of just like, hey, you got your moment or what, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's not what's in your pocket, but we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, well, nothing's what's in your pocket, but I mean, that's my favorite. So, so you got until 9:30. Go on there and make your picks. If anybody has any problems, just post something here or in Discord. I think we'll be able to take care of you pretty fast. Most of us kind of know what's going on, and it looks like Wiz is here and he has all the answers to everything anyway. So
Force Comms signed up.
Oh, nice. All right, Force. Thanks, bud.
Kids here. So.
It's really easy to sign up. Like you can just use your email, or you can use your Google if you want to give them permission to that. So it's not like a super hard thing to do. And then at the end of the night, we'll put in who actually won, and we'll email you the packs, or whatever, send you the packs via Top Shot or whatever. So, all right, Hero, thank you. All right, so let's get into more stuff. If anybody has any questions, just let me know, and we'll go through it. We're gonna watch a little bit of the game, but like I said, I was at work at 6:30, and I'm gonna be at work at 6:30 tomorrow. So. It's been a long night, so I don't know if we'll watch the whole game, but we'll keep up with it during the stream. Don't think I've said a curse word yet, so the under might hit on that. I don't know. Although, knowing me, I could say 10 in like 10 seconds. So
Chewy Rob.
Chewy. All right, Chewy signed up. Cool. All right, so let's talk about a little bit of basketball. If anybody has any questions about the Say So stuff, let me know. Good luck to everybody. I will say this. It's probably not that much fun, but the best way to win this is to bet your whole 1,000 on one bet. That's the best way to win. That's just math. So it's more fun to get more right. But like if I was doing this for real, like we do with the playoff stuff on Top Shot, one bet $1,000. So. Yeah, well, I'm going to, Chewy. I'm trying to be like it wouldn't be exciting if I said them all right now. So, I do want to talk about one thing real quick before we talk about basketball, Reggie, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
So Ted Turner passed away today, and I don't care what anybody thinks about him, good, bad, with politics, whatever. I just want to tell this one story because I think it's awesome. I worked for the Braves. I met the dude a couple of times, shake his hand. Hey, what's up? That kind of stuff. But my favorite Ted Turner story is in like 1977, he owned the Braves, and they were on this horrific losing streak. Just like they were god awful bad.
It's like 28 in a row or something.
It was something ridiculous. And they were bad for a couple of years. And so he fired the manager, and he made himself the manager. And the commissioner's like, you can't do that, blah, all this. You don't know anything about baseball. You're going to be a joke or whatever. It's like, we can't get any worse, man. We lost like a million games in a row. Like, come on. So he made himself the manager for one night in the dugout and everything, wearing a uniform. Like, he's the manager. They lost 2-1 to the Pirates. And then the story goes that the commissioner forced him out. But what I always heard was he just did it because, like, he's a fan of baseball and he wanted to be a manager for one night. So I don't know what's true. Maybe the commissioner did force him out or whatever. But, like, I just think that's a cool story. Like, if you owned a team, fuck it. Oh, there's one curse word. I'll be the manager for a night, or like, it can't be any worse. So just hat tip to Ted Turner, because that's what I would do if I owned a team. Like, man, you can't tell me I can't manage the team. You know what I mean? Like, live out your childhood dream, right? Like, this is the greatest. All right, Reggie, there is some bad news in Hornets land. If you wanna break that news to everybody that hasn't heard so far.
So apparently with Hornets, we get information about injuries from anonymous sources.
Yeah, who has like 500 Twitter followers. Like, it's just some dude that works at the hospital or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like we found out about Mark Williams' injury the same way.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I will tell you this.
He was in a boot, remember? And that was tweeted.
Yeah, yeah. This is I thought of this while you were saying it. When Giancarlo Stanton back when he was Mike Stanton, he signed a $320 million contract, and some random person broke it on Twitter, and everybody said, "Oh, it's stupid. That's never happened." But it turned out it was just some waiter that was at the restaurant that night that overheard him and his agent talking and posted it on Twitter. And like 5-10 days later, the news comes out that this is true, like the biggest contract in baseball. And it actually was broken just by like literally the guy that was taking the dude's order with his agent that night. So stranger things have happened, but this is much worse news. Go ahead, Reg. Sorry, man.
Yeah, so that was kind of crazy. And then I sent JD a link last week about someone saying that it looked like Brandon Miller was going to have surgery.
Yeah.
And sure enough, this morning he had surgery, and he's out anywhere from 3 months to a year.
Yeah. So like now, first off, we can't have nice things as Hornets fans. So like, I'm distraught. I almost said another curse word. I hate it so much. It's just like anytime you take a step forward, it's 2 steps back. And I just, man, it's such good vibes going into next season, and the place is rocking, and seems like we got good owners and a good coach and a good GM, and just can't stay healthy, man. Like,
yeah, his right wrist and now his left shoulder.
Yeah, and that's not even the couple ankle injuries or the foot injury. Man, like, why can't the Hornets play 70 full strength games one season?
The Hornets NBA site announced it as well.
Yeah, the actual Hornets site announced it today. So
yeah,
and then it actually happened.
And then someone else posted that it was similar to Josh Green's injury that he had with his shoulder, which was, thanks, John. It was 3 to 6 months.
Right. So, but the thing is,
it could be up to, if it's really bad, it could be up to 12 months. But so 6 months puts us in November. If he can start getting better in 3 months, he'll be able to do the regular season. But if it's 6 months before he can do anything, we're looking at November.
But the thing is, we just don't know. Like, we'll find out like that. I'm sure that the surgeon kind of has a general timeline based on how much they had to clean up and how bad it was and all that. But we don't know. It could legitimately be a year. And so,
when did Josh Green have his surgery?
Yeah, Josh had his the June 20th, and he was back in early December, November? When did Josh come back?
December 12th. So June 20th, that's almost 6 months. July,
6 months, 6 months in a day or something. Yeah. So
a week less than 6 months.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like,
but he actually played. So,
well, he played and he didn't really have any restrictions either. So, I mean, his ability was a restriction, but he didn't have any.
So the worst thing about all this is we were concerned last year that the wrist injury to Brandon, it only happened to one other player, and it happened to their left non-shooting wrist.
Non-shooting wrist, yeah.
So his shot is flatter this year, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
he still played well. Let's
his shot is good.
He's still good,
but he couldn't work out and get stronger. So the same thing's going to happen this year.
Yeah,
he can't work out and get stronger. And that's as we go into the Hornets draft. You've heard the thing: if you have a strength, you draft for strength.
Right. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a team who has a weakness and they draft that weakness?
No,
it just doesn't happen. So
yeah,
the Hornets are not going to take a 6'10" skinny guy this year. Let me tell you.
Yeah. No, they're taking whoever they're taking. It's going to be beefy. It's going to be a beefy. I almost cussed again. It's going to be a beefy guy. So if you're just joining us, we're on Say So here. The link is scrolling across the bottom. It's also the first comment if you want to scroll up here. If you go to Say So, you can sign up. I made a bunch of markets for this upcoming game at 9:30 between the Timberwolves and the Spurs. And you can bet these using a balance. You get 1,000 credit balance or 1,000 point balance here. You can bet these. You can bet one. You can bet all of them, whatever you want. And then the top 3 are going to get packs from Collecting and Connecting and Wiz. So go sign up for that. Make your bets. We're going to do this every stream going forward, I think. So just a way to kind of give away some stuff, prove who knows more than who about basketball and those kind of things. So go sign up for that. In terms of the Brandon Miller stuff, it brings up a couple questions. Obviously we want to be healthy. You want all that kind of stuff. It sucks that he got hurt, all that kind of things. But thinking of it from the Hornets' point of view, what does this do for his extension now? Because he's extension eligible. If he doesn't play all year next year, is that?
Oh, he'll play next year. He'll play.
Say he plays 3 months. Is it a good thing for the Hornets because now his extension's cheaper? I hate to be that guy, but is it?
So if you want to get into conspiracies, you could say that maybe he put off the surgery as he was negotiating, and maybe the Hornets, or maybe he did the surgery sooner because the Hornets said, you get the surgery and we'll pay you.
We'll give you X or whatever. Yeah.
Maybe during the season in last, November, December, they're like, you can play through this injury. And if you can show us that you're tough, it'll help you with your contract. So we don't know how this behind the scenes stuff goes.
Yeah.
If he had waited until July to do it, he's screwing the Hornets.
Well, I mean, and
first week of May, who knows? Sometimes you just have to let these injuries play out. Like Josh Green wasn't trying to screw the Hornets. He was trying to do a non-surgical solution, and it just wasn't getting better.
And I want to talk about that too, but just like what you're saying, the leverage in the contract negotiations happens all the time. Remember, Scottie Pippen had to have that surgery that he put off forever, and he was trying to get a new contract. I mean, it happens all the time with players because, it happens a lot more in the NFL because you can't get cut if you're injured. So, I promise you, BM's agent was trying to use the injury to kind of get more out of the team or, whatever it was. I'm sure there's some gamesmanship there in terms of, getting him more money.
So I think worst case scenario, if Brandon doesn't like the numbers, I think he's going to say, well, I'll just go to restricted free agency next year. So the Hornets have all the leverage. So there was no reason for him to really hold out. I think him getting it sooner was just practical. But maybe they said, hey, we're going to give you $200 million as opposed to $240 million.
Right.
Regardless of whether you have the surgery or not. We're not going to pay you more than LaMelo's making, was probably their line in the sand.
I would agree with that too. So my thinking is, okay, say he decided to go to restricted free agency. I can't imagine there are a bunch of teams that are racing to pay him a ton of money if they still think he's injured, because they're not going to have his medicals if he's a restricted free agent. If
he's not injured, the Hornets will sign him. I mean, if see the thing, it's win-win. If they put it off and then Brandon Miller has a great season, it makes it easier to sign him to the extension. If he doesn't, it makes it harder. I mean, then you'll have like a Jalen Green type game. Well, we really like this guy, but he hasn't shown much yet. Let's give him $35 million.
Yeah.
And it's a bad, not awful contract. He made it shorter because they didn't give as much money. I think that I would rather that start out at 35 and go to like 41, 40 something, as opposed to starting at 40 and going up from there. But if
I like your $200 million idea. Like, I'd be fine giving him $200 million. Like,
that's the ceiling. It's not my money, but that's my ceiling.
I just look. I mean, I
5
love
years,
Brandon.
not 4. 5 years.
I love Brandon. You love Brandon, but he hasn't played a full season. He hasn't played an injury-free season. And as great as he is, if you can't count on him, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's. I'm not gonna say loved around the league, but I think there are teams that would actively pursue him if he was available. So I don't know, man. Like, I might take my chances and see what his restricted free agency looks like.
Yeah, but the Hornets can match. It doesn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're the Hornets, go out and see what your market is, and because it's not going to be $350 million or whatever. What's the max? You know the max, right? What's the max?
The fund max without an All NBA is 240-ish.
Okay, so he's not getting more than 200 anyway. So, like, I'd be like, go out, see what you can get. Somebody signs him for 190, and you're like, all right, man, we match that. We save $10 million. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, if he were a 6'10" Paul George, he'd get it, but he's not.
But he could be. That's the. I don't know. Like, I obviously we like him a lot, but he's still, just like we said with LaMelo when he signed the contract. Dude's got to play, or it doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if the guy's. But
even
playing.
Melo had made an All-Star and won Rookie of the Year. Brandon hasn't done those things.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if PG's washed. He's played decent.
He played well
in the postseason.
He played well in the first round.
Yeah. That contract's hideous, obviously, but like, I don't know if he's washed. Okay. So anything else you want to talk about Hornets related? I know you have a lot of draft ideas. I fell in love with what is it, Jaden Quince? I think that dude
Quaintance.
I think that dude's freaking awesome. I would love him on the Hornets. I think you think he's going way higher than what the Hornets pick, though, right?
It all comes down to his medicals. If he has good medicals, he's going to get drafted early. If he has bad medicals, then the Hornets have to decide if they want to risk it or not.
Yeah. I just think that dude's like, if you were in a lab thinking what the Hornets need, like, it's that dude, right? And again, we don't want to be drafting another hurt guy, but like, that's what you would want, right? Like that guy.
He's a poor man's Caleb Wilson who's going to go number 4.
Right, exactly. But I mean, he's a beefy guy. He can do all the things that the Hornets can't do right now. So, like,
he's a taller Jaden McDaniels, is what he is.
Right, which they need defense. They need basically every one of his strengths. So, I guess what you're saying is if he's healthy, he's off the board before the Hornets take him anyway. So it's kind of a moot point, or no?
I think he will go between 10 and 14, possibly.
Okay.
The fact, if he makes it to 15, I don't think it's going to be likely. But with all the teams possibly trading and doing stuff, it's really just unknown.
Yeah, and we don't know how it's going to. We won't know until Sunday. Which, by the way, how stupid is it to have this damn lottery on Sunday and that Sunday be freaking Mother's Day? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like,
yeah, my daughter works at a bowling alley and she does parties. She goes, Dad, there's only 4 parties this weekend. I'm like, yeah, moms don't go bowling.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
if it was Father's Day, you'd have 30 parties.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think the strip club's gonna be super busy either. But whatever. What do I know? Yeah, so that's the guy I like. You still like Morez Johnson or whatever what's his name?
Morez Johnson. Yeah,
You like that guy? That's one of the players you think the Hornets should take. Like that's who you would target.
Yeah, I heard a comp for him that I really, really liked. They called him Al Jefferson.
Oh well, if he's Al Jefferson,
Well, he's a shorter version,
as
but
long as he's not George
younger.
Jefferson, I'm in.
He's not as tall, but he's got the same type of profile. He's not as tall as Al Horford. I said Al Horford. I meant Al Horford, not Al Jefferson.
Okay, I was gonna say if he's not as tall as George Jefferson, then we have a real problem. But okay,
talking about Wheezy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. I was thinking the Hawks, and I said Jefferson because he's a Hornet. But yeah,
okay.
Al Horford is who the comp was, and he couldn't shoot the three when he came out, but he's like an 80% free throw shooter, and he developed that over time.
Yeah,
he's a really, really good defender, and really
right.
He's like a 7-foot wingspan. He's like 6'9". So, it's he's also gets compared to Isaiah Stewart a little bit.
Okay, cool. All right, looks like we got a lot of people that signed up. I'm just going to look through these, and then I got a couple other things we want to talk about. So it looks like most people think McDaniels is going over 19.5. Looks like most people are under on Gobert, under on Ant, and that's true because he's a bum. Looks like most people think the Spurs are going to win. Oh, the over-under on my curse words is about 50-50. I've only got one so far, so that one might lose.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to be nice. All right. Wemby's rebounds. I would have taken the over on that one. I would have gone yes on.
You should have said Wemby goaltendings.
Dude. Okay.
That was bad, wasn't it?
You're going to have to calm down, buddy. I know it's exciting, but geez, my dog is. Thankfully, he's healthy now, but he has been like an absolute terror since getting healthy. Like he just wants to play 24/7, which I'm glad he's healthy, but. And most people are under on the points too.
And I have a generic basketball take when you get done with that.
Okay. I wanted to do this real quick because when we were talking about the draft, I was asking you for comps on these players just because I don't watch college basketball and don't pay that much attention to the draft. So I found a bunch of comps for all these players, and I was kind of going to give them to you and see if you think they're accurate. And now these are always like the best case scenario type thing for them, but I just want to go through a couple of these and see if you think it's crazy. So AJ DeBansa, who everybody thinks is going to be like the number one pick, probably. The two comps that I saw that kind of jumped out to me were upside is just a really big DeMar DeRozan, and the downside was Tim Thomas. Does that sound about right for you?
I think he's a better playmaker and shooter than DeRozan.
Okay. But is he that good of a bucket getter? Like, is he going to like get buckets like that?
He is. He drives more than DeRozan. DeRozan was kind of that, 7 to 15 foot.
Yeah, mid range. Yeah, right.
This guy is just smoother than that. He's got a little Kobe to his game.
Okay. All right. Well, so probably not a great comparison.
And how he moves.
Okay. So then Cam Boozer. I'm just gonna. These aren't in order, but Cam Boozer.
Hopefully next week we can be talking about these guys because there's a chance the Hornets could get them.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Because the top 4 guys are set, and then when you get to 10, that's when the next break is.
Right.
So that guy in the top 10 can fall to the Hornets is what we don't know.
Right.
After 10, there's like an 11 to 20 range of guys we need to look at for now. But go ahead.
So I thought these were pretty cool for Boozer. Obviously, Carlos is a comp. Yeah. But the kind of ones I liked were a Gen Z Derek Coleman, and then there was a lot of Sengun comparisons for Cam Boozer. Do you think those are fair?
Oh, he's much better than Sengun. When he was in high school, he was a really, really good defensive player. I think when he goes to the pros, he's probably going to lose a little bit of weight.
Okay.
So he gets some of his athleticism back. But he had to do so much for Duke this year offensively that he just looked a little slower if you look at his high school stuff and his college stuff.
Okay.
But
I heard a lot
Yeah.
of Tim Duncan too, which I thought was crazy, so I didn't include it.
He is very fundamental. I don't see a lot of bank shots, but he's a
Right.
very fundamental player. You can tell grew
Okay.
up like a coach's son.
So I think Derek Coleman with a little Tim Duncan might be a good comp then, honestly. All right. Peterson. Again, these are not in order, but we kind of think we know the top four. So Peterson, I saw a lot of
See you, Bleezy.
Bradley Beal, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Green, Cam Thomas, that kind of stuff. Is that kind of what you think?
I don't
All right,
know.
please have a good one, bud. Thanks for coming by.
He's better than all those guys.
Okay.
If he's healthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's an Ant-Man type player.
Okay, so a bum. I got you. Okay, a bum. Okay, I'll commit that to memory. All right, Caleb Wilson, which was a guy that you liked.
He is the perfect Hornet fit. In some respects, I think he'd be better than Cam Boozer for the Hornets because he's all defense, and he's been compared to Kevin Garnett by some folks.
So this was the one that stuck out to me on all these comps for him. A lot of people said Sean Kemp, but more athletic. But the one that stuck out to me was Gerald Wallace. A lot of people call him Gerald Wallace. Is he?
Yeah, I've been calling him 6'10" Gerald Wallace.
Okay, well then that's a guy I would want on my team. Then for real.
Yeah, I love him. I would love to have him come there, and
okay,
I know EK would like that too.
Okay,
neutralize some of the Dukies on the team.
Get rid of some of the Duke bullshit. Oh, that's number 2. Damn it, that's number. Wait, does damn count? If it does, that's 4.
You used it as a curse word as opposed to something for hydraulics.
All right, that's 4. I almost just said another one there. All right, 4. Okay, then we got. I'm not gonna go through all of these, but Burris. I saw a lot of like Quentin Grimes, Alexander.
Burris
Walker.
is a guy who could fall, but he probably won't.
So do you think those are? I mean, Quentin Grimes is not a great player. I mean, he's good, but he's not. Like, I don't even anybody goes, man, we're gonna draft the next Quentin Grimes. Like,
Quentin Grimes is a good ball player.
Yeah, but I mean, at 5, are you like, thank God we got Quentin Grimes? You know what I mean? I don't. Maybe not. I thought that was a little bit.
I mean, you got to look at guys that go in that range in the past, like Kevin Huerter went in that range.
Yeah.
Isaac Okoro.
Yeah.
So you got, I mean,
Patrick Williams.
After you get past the top 3 picks, it's really a crapshoot.
Yeah.
You get past pick number 10.
Yeah.
The odds are 50% that they'll just be a role player.
Right. Yeah.
When you get past pick 10 or 11.
Yeah.
In the last like 12 to 15.
That sheet you posted in Discord a while ago that kind of gives the range of outcomes for picks where they role player star. Yeah. That was really good. And that's kind of where they fall.
So when we look at the people that the Hornets could draft, I mean, look at Kareem Lopez. Hannes Steinbach could be there, even though he's not he played for a really bad college team that didn't play modern offense. But I just don't want Yaxel Lindenberg, and that's who gets comped there a lot.
No, I don't want that either. All right, let's go through a couple more of these. I'm not going to go through all of them, but just the kind of ones I like. I kind of like Acuff a little bit. And the comps that I've been seeing for him are kind of all over the place, but you got a lot of Darren Williams, Gilbert Arenas, that kind of stuff, kind of more of an offensive guard.
I like the Gilbert Arenas comp. That's pretty cool. I didn't think about him.
All right. Yeah. So you think that's pretty accurate then? Like an offensive-minded guard that, maybe could pass a little bit. Yeah, smaller. Yeah.
See, the McHale guy, McHale Brown.
Yeah.
He could be the best of the bunch.
Well, that's interesting because that's the next comp I have pulled up here. So let me get to those.
I've got one you haven't heard for him after you give yours.
Okay. I got Malik Monk, Anthony Simons, and Jordan Poole were the ones I saw in that one.
Yeah, the comp that I heard the other day that I really liked, he's a shooting guard version of LaMelo Ball.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because he'll shoot anything from anywhere.
Right. Yeah.
But he makes some of those bad decisions. And,
Yeah. I got you. All right. Is there anybody else?
He owns 7 go-karts. So no, I'm kidding.
You're like, LeBaron Fillon, or what's how do you say his name?
LeBaron Philon.
Philon. That was a guy we both kind of liked a little bit. Comps I saw for him.
Sent you had him falling to the Hornets at 18.
I know, which is crazy. Dennis Schroeder is the one I saw for him a lot, which I think is kind of underselling him, but I don't know that much.
I think he's a better shooter. And
okay.
Dennis Schroeder is he's a journeyman that's been around for 12, 15 years.
Who has been on every team in the league. Right. Yeah.
But he leads the German team to medals. So
yeah,
he obviously has some leadership.
Yeah.
LeBaron Philon is a smaller guard. He could be Maxey.
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah.
Now there's only one Maxey, and the small guards have trouble going in.
Yeah.
And Maxey went in the late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, I mean,
DK about that. But
look at Scoot. He had basically every intangible you could have, but he was small, and he really hasn't. I mean, he's played better the last couple of years, and I know he was hurt, but like, you couldn't have more intangible good things for a small player than what he had, and it just hasn't really worked out so far.
He did well in the playoffs.
He did,
he needed that to kind of help his signing.
I would not be selling my stock on him. I don't know if I'd be buying more, but like, he's not a finished product. Some of the guys you thought that the Hornets might get, and the one that you really hated was Yaxel, right? Yaxel, I don't know how to say his last name.
Lindenberg. Yeah.
A lot of people were saying Aaron Gordon, PJ Washington, that kind of stuff for him. I don't know that much about him, so I couldn't tell you if those are quality comps or not.
I think he is more of a Josh Hart type player.
Okay, a little bit of everything, kind of Renaissance man type dude, or that kind of thing.
And Josh Hart is a player you have to have on every team that kind of connects everything.
Right, yeah, glue guy or whatever.
But the biggest negative I've heard on him, I listened to some scouts who actually work with NBA teams.
Yeah.
Their biggest concern, he's not very bright.
Well, look.
And I don't want that to be a dog whistle.
Right, I was going to say
he bounced around from a lot of colleges because he couldn't go to class. He didn't like the classes, and he doesn't. Having LaMelo on your team, you realize that some people just aren't good speakers. But he's got some.
I think LaMelo's a bright guy. He just doesn't. He's not polished. NBA talk on TV type of guy. Which fine. None of us are. I mean, like none of us report on news. And I mean, like some people just aren't good at that. And I do think there's a little bit of a dog whistle in there. So I don't know if I believe the.
And if the Hornets drafted Yaxel, he would be older than 7 of the players,
which is insanity. Grapes of Wrath, Steinbach here. That was another guy you liked. I heard a lot of Hartenstein for him.
No, he's
much smaller.
He is he's a tall Austin Reeves type.
Okay, I didn't see that at all. I saw a little bit of Sabonis, Jock Landale.
He's a 4. He's not a real center. He's more. Okay. He's a 4. He's
okay.
I guess he could play center. He's 7 foot tall, so it would be a small ball center.
Yeah.
The thing about Giannis is they've never measured his arm length. So if he's like 6'10" with a 7'3".
Right. Yeah. Where he could like block some more shots or something. Yeah.
And he shoots threes. He's a good shooter.
Yeah.
But he's very slow. So that's why people peg him into the center. I'm trying to think of a slow player that plays the 4 more than the 5.
Kind of like Kalkbrenner if he played the 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there is a comp out there for him. But he's unique, and he appreciate this. Both the ends are pronounced, so it's Han-ness.
Han-ness.
Yeah, Han. So you hear the end and the ness.
Yeah. All right. Here's one that I saw this one on the Ringer, and I wanted to shout them out here. Mara, who is another guy who has been linked to the Hornets in some drafts. I just thought this was a funny comp. The comp they used was they said he's the Boris Diaw of Mark Eaton's. So I was like, I thought that was funny. Like you can see who that player is, right? Like the Boris Diaw of Mark Eaton's. Like, yeah, big slow guy could maybe pass a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought that was funny. That'd be a guy the Hornets could use. I don't know that much about him, but that sounds like a cool comp, right? Like, I know. I don't know. He's 7'3". He's not gigantic, but he's a lot bigger than a lot of the Hornets players they have, right? So
a lot of who we draft are going to come down to: are you trying to fill the gap with the skill you don't have?
Right.
So, I look at it as who do we want to replace? So to me, when you talk about guys that are real close together, and like you have 5 or 6 guys when you're drafting 15 and 18,
right,
that y'all have ranked them outside, you got to look at who helps the team, has a chance of getting minutes, and can be to help a lot.
Yeah, because I think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And I'm just going to say that having somebody who could be a small ball 5, like Moretz Johnson, he replaces what Grant Williams does. And
right, yeah.
And then Josh Green, Dalen Swain replaces a lot of what he does, and he has
right.
some defensive, and he's a big, burly 6'7" guy.
Yeah,
and some of this is who I like. That's the type of skill and characteristics I'd like to see him get.
Right.
Nate Ament, no way. Nate Ament, no, please God.
Now, here's one thing I will say though. You're talking about what are you trying to replace? I think the Hornets are finally in a position where they can draft for need instead of just best player. Like for years and years and years, it didn't matter. They're just drafting the best player.
Unless somebody falls that they weren't expecting. And it can't be, oh, wow, James Bouknight fell to us. It can't be that kind of bullshit.
Right. Yeah, it's got to be like one of the real top guys.
Oh, wow, Noah Vonleh fell to us.
Right, yeah, which I have nightmares about some of those picks. The last one I want to talk about is Jaden. We talked about him a little bit earlier. Most of the comps that I saw for him, and I don't love this comp, and I'm going to give you one good one too. A lot of people compared him to Time Lord, and then I heard a lot of people say basically Duke's Zion Williamson era defensive guy. So like those are two extreme opposites of like, if you told me he's going to be Robert Williams the third, I'd be like, okay. But if you told me he's Zion on defense from Duke, I'd be like, gotta have that guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a wide range of kind of options there. So I don't know what to think, but I thought those were good comps, at least to kind of tell you what he could be. Again, he's injured. What did he tear his ACL? Is that what it was?
I don't. Yeah, he tore it at Illinois, and he came back for like 4 games.
Okay.
In Kentucky this year, and it just didn't work out.
Okay.
But he had one game where he was like an animal. He looked really healthy, and then his knee just popped up again. It was I can't remember if it was both ligaments or just one.
But from what I understand, he came back really quick for some reason, right?
Well, it was a standard time. He came. He obviously came back earlier than he should have.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was quick relative to the surgery, but
okay.
I mean, did Jason Tatum come back too soon? I don't know.
Probably. Well, he came back full time too soon. I mean, obviously, I don't think they should have played him 40-something minutes, but you know what fuck do I know? Oh wait, that's 6. Damn it, 7.
7. You said 2 of them, yeah.
Dang it! I'm saying dang it now. Dang it! All right. You got something you wanted to talk about? You said you had an NBA take you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. So 8 teams left in the playoffs, and I don't like any of them.
I texted that to Rock the other day. I was like, I really don't care who wins any of these games. Like,
Cavs, Pistons. I'm rooting for the Cavs because I hate the Pistons.
Yeah,
and it's Rock's team.
Right, yeah, Rock's got
But I don't like watching James Harden and Donovan Mitchell play.
He had more turnovers than field goals in the first game.
Yeah, and I mean, the Pistons are just painful to watch.
Yeah.
It's just not fun. Lakers, Thunder, the crap the Thunder get away with playing defense is just crazy to me. I
Yeah.
think Shea gets some bad publicity for the foul baiting, but there's enough of it there. It's just, oh my God, it's
just not fun to watch, man.
It's just not fun to watch. So
yeah.
If Luka were with the Lakers, then that would make it a little bit more interesting because he's just such an incredible player.
Right.
But watching a 40-year-old LeBron getting his ass kicked is just not fun.
Well, from what I understand, Luka's coming back very soon, and there was an article or a couple articles today that said he got the platelet stuff done. That's why he went to Spain. He got the platelet rich whatever.
Right. And then
help.
And as a Hornets fan, we hate the Lakers because they backed out of that deal. And then they fell.
It turned out okay for the Hornets.
And they fell into Luka. So it is what it is. And then the 76ers and Knicks, I don't like watching Jalen Brunson play.
Oh, I can't stand watching Jalen. No offense to the Knicks fans out there, but it's just not fun.
And I don't want Cat to be a Hornet, and I know that's a possibility.
I would hate that more than anything.
I do like watching Maxey and VJ Edgecombe and Kelly Oubre play.
Yeah.
But I hate Andre Drummond shooting threes, and I can't watch Joel Embiid play.
Yeah,
you stare at him, he falls down.
Yeah,
His middle name is Timber.
Right. Yeah, it's bad news bears. Yeah.
I mean, the Knicks are fun to watch to a certain extent.
Right.
And then the Timberwolves and the Spurs. I guess I'm kind of rooting for the Spurs, but preseason I picked the Wolves to make it to the conference final.
Right.
Again.
Yeah.
And I actually like Dante DiVincenzo, and he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just a well done team. But watching Rudy Gobert play this year has been better. But it's just that's the only interesting series of the four that I would probably watch. But I just don't really care for any of these teams.
No, I've already gone strictly to baseball now. I mean, I have the basketball game on right now just because I bet on it. But like, I don't care who wins this game. Looks like the Knicks are up by 5. By the way, with 1:21 left, if anybody cares.
Yeah. Who won the first game?
The Knicks won the first game. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. There it is. 1-0. Just put them up 2-0. Yeah. They're actually more fun to watch when Embiid is not playing for the Sixers.
Yeah, and well, I just watched for Kelly Oubre's hair because I don't know what the heck he's doing, man. With the half red, half black hair, that it's an interesting statement. All right, we got to get out of here. If there's anything else you want to talk about, let's do it. Is there any news that you want to talk about, or
the drawing is officially closed, right? Because it's 9:45.
Yeah. So we're done. We'll watch these games and kind of I'll put the results in, or Wiz or one of us will put the results in. I just wanted everybody to see the say-so stuff because we're going to use it moving forward and like kind of get in a rhythm of coming a little bit early or following us on Twitter to get your picks in early. Next week, I don't know if we'll be here. It's my mom's birthday, so if she wants to do something, we won't be here. But for like the rest of the season, we're going to be using this. So just kind of getting a habit of coming before the game starts or putting in your picks before the game starts. And like I said, if you follow us on Twitter or Discord or any of that stuff, it's always there and you can click on the link and get into these games. So just wanted everybody. Yeah, exactly. Coming early. Exactly. Chewy. Is there anything else basketball related you want to talk about? Cause you just said none of these series excite you, but do you really care about any of like anything that you really need? Like, is there anything that kind of you want to happen or?
Well, I will say that because the games don't really interest me that much, I haven't done anything with Top Shot for 3 days because this betting thing is not really betting. The fast break is boring as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just get these points to do what? I mean,
right.
It just doesn't. I'm just not engaged. Sorry, it's just collecting and connecting, but it's just Top Shot could have done something different than this for fast break, I think.
Right. Yeah. So just to give everybody a heads up, I will resolve these markets as they happen. So if I make it to the end of the stream without cussing anymore, I'll close that one out, and then as the markets go on, I'll close them all out. You guys will start going up or down the leaderboard as I close them out. So most of these won't be over until the end of the game, and I'll close them all out then. Most of these are like full game stuff. There's no halftime bets or anything, but I'll close them out as they go. So make sure you keep up with this. You'll see yourself move up or down. As far as the Top Shot stuff goes, I have like 30,000 of those points, and I can never buy anything because it's always sold out fast. And I'm kind of resigned to the fact that I'm just going to end up getting a pack out of it. So I kind of lost interest in it as well, So, and as far as Fast Break, like you're talking about, like I don't have the collection we're 3 weeks into the postseason. I don't have any players left, man. So like, I don't know. Like it's a cool idea by Top Shot, but I will say one thing. I don't know if anybody's into the Disney Pinnacle stuff, which if you are, you should get in the Collecting and Connecting Discord, because Jay, she does a really good job with all the pin stuff. But I bought a couple of those capsules, and I got 2 like rare things or whatever, and sold them. So I was trying to pick up a LaMelo Legendary, but the price went up like $40 over the last 2 days for some reason. So I wasn't able to do that. I don't know what I'm going to use the money on, but I'd like to.
Yeah, when I think of Disney, I think of LaMelo balls. So
you think of LaMelo's balls. Now, does that count as a bad word? Because I used it in a bad way. I'm only 7, so I'm still under.
Well, you're talking about his basketballs, right?
Yeah, I was talking about his basketballs. I will say this. Just I was telling you about that job that I really wanted that I thought I blew the interview on. I got a second interview, so hopefully that'll go well. And Rock is out at the Truist tournament this weekend. If anybody's watching the Truist tournament on TV, Rock will be out there volunteering. So
right,
that'll be pretty cool. All right, anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, everybody, make sure you keep your say so thing open because I'm going to resolve those markets. I went under on the bad words tonight, so if you bet under on that, you're good to go.
That's a big fucking deal.
Well, I'm not going to say that. I don't want to get too close to the edge here, man. So thank you guys for hanging out. We'll be back hopefully next Wednesday. If not, I'll let you know. But make sure you stay up with the say-so stuff because, like I said, all the CNC guys are going to use it. And we'll be using it every time we stream from here on out, even if I have to make up some crazy stuff for, we'll Reggie tell a bad dad joke or whatever. We'll figure it out. So thank you guys for hanging out. Reggie, thank you for coming by, man. I hope to see you next week. And
one last thing, safe.
Yeah,
Hornets are going to get the number 4 pick in the lottery on Mother's Day.
Okay. By the way, I think I have at least one more curse word left, and I've told this story before, but every year I worked in the big leagues and the minor leagues. Every Mother's Day, somebody would write in big letters on the board where, all the big messages are, what time batting practice is, what times the bus leaves, all that kind of stuff. In huge magic marker, every Mother's Day, it would say, call your mother, motherfucker. So I will tell everybody to do that on Sunday. And
tell everybody to do what?
I'm not going to say it again. I can't say it again. I'm at 8. I don't want to get that close. I'll just say call your mothers on Sunday. All right. Love you guys. Thank you, Reggie, for hanging out with me. And we'll see you next week. All right.
Good night.
All right, bud. Bye.